Tim Dillon, fresh off a COVID test. How you feeling, buddy? How's the nose?
Feeling good. You know, when I go out with friends to restaurants in L.A., everybody gets the gun, the temperature gun to your head. But you know what's fucked up? A lot of my friends, they do it to me. And I'm like, I guess I'm the only one that looks sick because they look at me and they go, get him, get him. And then I ask other people, I'm like, were you hit on the way in? They're like, no. So I'm like, yeah, it's weird. It's like arbitrary the way they do it.
Everybody.
I know.
Maybe they think like you're a little bit overweight.
Yeah.
You could die.
They're like, we don't want him dying at Boa Steakhouse in West Hollywood.
Oh, you could eat outside.
They don't want me
Boa.
falling on a TikToker going forward.
Did you see when they got thrown into vans how excited everybody else was? What's your name?
Yeah.
What's your name? We'll get you out, friend.
Right.
It's like you guys are all
fun.
like Luke Skywalker.
This is what happens.
They're the resistance.
When you shut a country down for 3 months. This is the only fun left.
Yeah.
Nothing's open anymore. The only fun thing left to do is to overthrow the government, get thrown in a van.
Yeah.
This is summer vacation to people.
Yeah.
This is they used to have those dumb escape rooms that people used to do.
I love escape rooms. You shut the fuck up.
They're stupid.
I love them.
But this is a real one. This is a fun, real one now.
It is a fun,
How
real
fun
one.
is that?
Yeah. How do you light the federal building on fire?
Now it's a real one.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting, man, and I wonder how these people are going to transition into regular grown-up life after their
I think
life
that
as an
ship
anarchist.
has sailed, Joe.
Ellen's rough.
Ellen is like an old.
But it's a rough one now.
It's a rough one now because she was running Abu Ghraib in the back of her show. That's a rough one. She's out there dancing with Kristen Bell, and in the back, there's people that are getting up on the rack like this.
It's so weird when you see, like, a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
She doesn't seem nice, but that people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced. People that are like that all the time, she doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be a bitch, right? You're allowed to be a bitch. You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage of your show where everybody's walking around afraid for their life, and it's like Abu Ghraib where they're hooked up to wires and they
dogs
have like
around them.
Yeah, she's got dogs and hoods. If an intern's late, they have a hood on. I don't support that. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, I wish her the best. She's around for too long. Fallon, all these people, walk away. You've been famous forever. Walk away. Like, eventually, everybody, they're just going to figure it out. Now, Fallon's on an apology tour because of the blackface. Like,
is he?
Well, he was. Like, he had to go around and apologize a million times for, like, they're going to find the thing if you don't go away. You gotta have a good run, and then when you have a good run, you step back and you go, okay, I'm still gonna do my thing, but like I'm not. I mean, there's only a few jobs in entertainment, right?
Right.
So I think a lot of the cancel culture shit is probably these motherfuckers want those jobs.
Ooh.
They're like, how long is this bitch gonna be dancing? I can dance with Hillary Clinton. I could do the Charleston with Henry Kissinger, whatever the fuck she does out there.
The Charleston, is that what it is?
She goes out there to the Charleston. She's got war criminals. Her and Bush are jumping around. I mean,
that's right. She was buddies with Bush. That was like
she's
one of the
a
first
CIA agent. Stephen Paddock. And do not ask me for sources, but Stephen Paddock.
Who's that?
He was the guy that shot up the Vegas concert. That was a very tragic thing. Listen to this. The only guy that saw Stephen Paddock alive, his name is Jesus Campos. He was a guard at Mandalay Bay. He got interviewed nowhere else. You know where he got interviewed in the beginning? Ellen.
Really?
Weird. And then they went on, if you could find that clip, they went on with a weird like diagram of how it happened, and Ellen's like showing the people how it happened. Not like an emotional, like, how are you feeling? How are you holding up? It was a weird diagram of like, and then he went to the left and to the right. It was very strange to look. What the hell's going on? This is a daytime show.
Which is the Paddock guy? And there's two guys there?
The chubbier guy is the Jesus guy. And now Ellen is doing a thing of how the shooting happened.
Look how she's got like an antenna from someone's Buick that she's popped off and she's using it as a pointer.
But why the hell is this happening on like a daytime show where this is weird?
Where'd she get that pointer?
I don't know. She stole it off. She stole it off an intern's car.
Why wouldn't you just use your finger? Like, if that was you, if it was your show, the Tim Dillon show, wouldn't you just point?
Yeah.
This is also a giant screen behind her, so they could have just put it on that screen.
So, but she's using this thing. I find it very strange. I don't know why.
Wait a minute. Those aren't real palm trees?
No.
Yeah. I know that street, though. I know that block in Beverly Hills that she used.
How weird is that?
I don't know why they're doing this on a daytime talk show.
Let's keep it running. Look at it. She's dressed like Colonel Sanders. Not Colonel Sanders. She's dressed like Sergeant Pepper.
This guy looks like a member of her staff.
What kind of outfit is she wearing?
I don't know. She wears those weird like militant lesbian
that should tell you
uniform.
something.
Yeah.
Like, that's an odd look with all those buttons. Like, why do you have so many wrist buttons?
It was given to her in Langley.
The only reason why you have that many wrist buttons if you're looking at clothesline somebody.
Yeah, look at her. Look at her. Everyone says she looks so friendly. She looks friendly.
She does look very military.
Yeah, she's a militant woman.
With a very expensive watch.
She
too.
dealt with a lot of discrimination when she came out. It was very sad, but then she joined the CIA.
Her house got broken into while she was at home.
Really?
Yeah. She got a dope place in Montecito.
And so, and they broke in while she was there.
Yeah.
And those people are still being tortured to this day.
Probably.
They're still in an underground jail.
Yeah, she's feeding them to her staff.
She's like, it's okay, don't worry about it. She goes, you did good.
Is that the guy, the survivor?
He's the guy who met Paddock.
She's holding on to him. It's odd.
Yeah.
She's allowed to do that because she's a woman, but if that was a man holding onto a woman's arm that long,
It'd be rape.
it'd be a real problem.
Yeah.
I think raw milk is probably good for you.
What's raw
It doesn't bother me.
Not
Raw milk,
processed?
non-homogenized, non-pasteurized.
Where do you find that?
You can only get it in some stores, and it's kind of it's kind of
raw
illegal.
milk. I mean, that's like, yeah.
It's like finding DMT. You gotta
okay,
know
yeah,
a
that's
guy.
what I was about to say. I'm like,
Yeah.
sometimes you'll bring up a product. I'm like, how do you even get that?
I was drinking raw milk for a while because you could get it at the supermarket. I think you could get it at Whole Foods, but it was good for literally like 2 days.
Does it taste good?
It tastes great.
Interesting.
It's really thick, and like you drink it, and it doesn't make you feel like shit. Like there's something about regular milk, which I love, like milk and cookies. You give me a fucking chocolate chip cookie and a cold glass of milk. Woo!
Yeah.
It's so good. You dunk it in. Are you
Yeah.
a dunker? Do you dunk the cookie?
I have dunked. Boa has a dessert where it's those warm cookies and then just a little scoop of vanilla ice cream. It's like it's a
I've had
problem.
that. That's
yeah.
a very good
Real
thing.
good,
It's
yeah.
a very good thing. But when you drink regular milk, your stomach's like, all right, we can deal with it. Like,
Right.
whatever. But whole milk, it just kind of goes in there because it has all the enzymes. It's not boiled down.
And that's all.
Yeah.
And you don't fuck with almond milk.
Well, I've had it.
It's a little lighter than whole milk. Yeah.
Not milk.
It's not milk.
It's nonsense.
It's the chalkiness.
Well, it's some fucking shit where you take almonds and then you soak them. And then
Yeah.
you get this murky water, and then you drink that and lie to yourself. And by the way,
Right.
most almond milk has sugar in it. Like Dunkin', I
Yeah.
love Dunkin' to death. Like, dude, almond milk is so healthy. I go,
Yeah.
why don't you read how much sugar it is per serving? He's like, 19 grams. I go, yeah, 19 grams. That's why it tastes so good.
Everybody lies. to
You drinking a
themselves.
vanilla milkshake.
Yeah. Well, you go Whitney's. You go over to Whitney's house. Whitney has all these weird plant-based things, but they're all kind of like weird, like plant-based chocolate pops and chocolate almond milk and.
Nonsense.
But she's very thin because she doesn't eat a lot of them.
Throws up a lot.
Well, that's what she does
And she's
too.
on speed.
Yeah, it's a good point. She did all of those things. All of those things help. You know, the needles. Every now and then I'll call her. She's got like 9 needles coming in. I'm like, is this COVID vaccination? What's going on?
She's a
She's
person-
dyed her hair pink now, like Billie Eilish.
When did she do this?
She's recently. I mean, she's like gone off the.
She's probably losing her marbles.
Yeah, we need a vaccine. It's
So many
time.
people- Nikki Glaser was talking about shaving her head on Twitter. I had to reach out to her.
Yeah. Did you?
Yes, I did.
Are
She
you like,
said-
bitch, you're stealing my thing?
No.
And then the riot started. So I was in a car and the riot started, and I literally, instead of going back to my house, because I live right off Sunset, an apartment right off Sunset, instead of going back, I just got on the 10 East.
That's a good
I
move.
never even been out there. I just said I'd put the clothes on my back. I said, I'm getting on. Swear to God, I said I'm getting on the 10 East. What am I gonna go? I look like a cop. I look like a guy that should be burned alive for every sin that this country has committed. Right?
Right.
No one would care. My own parents would be like, he probably did something
Right.
to deserve that. So I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here because I get lit up immediately.
Have you ever thought about living down there like La Jolla?
No,
No.
dude, I'm not a surfer. You know what I mean?
You don't have to be a surfer.
I'm not here. I came here to do stand-up comedy. I came here to create things. I didn't come here to be a surfer. I didn't come here to do yoga. I didn't come here to join a cult. I didn't come here to do any of that. I'm an East Coast guy. Like, East Coast is where I was born and raised.
Right.
Like,
Which
but
makes sense that you're in the Palm Desert.
yeah, because it's well, what are you going to do? I can't go move back to New York, get shot in the face.